We're here today with Sam, Defender Antics, our competition winner from the Peak District 4x4 giveaway that we did, what was it, 4 months ago now? It might have been a while ago. And we are going to fit a full kit to this lovely TD5 90. The problem with the Land Rover bonnets in particular is that they do have more grease and grime than any other bonnet that is around, and any grease and grime, it's going to just start peeling off. So. So one thing that's really important is the preparation of the surface. So what I'd recommend is using an adhesive remover to start with, just to take off the grease and grime from the bonnet. Land Rovers in particular tends to be quite a lot of grease and grime on the bonnet, so it's worth using that adhesive remover. And then on top of that, once that's dried, I use the panel wipe that goes on top. That just gives it a final clean, sort of an alcohol spray or bottle there, and then you're ready for the adhesive layer to go on. If it's not absolutely spotless, the material will peel. The adhesive does not like grease, grime or dirt or any dust, so it's really worth spending the time getting this as clean as possible before you stick down the material. Okay, so we've fitted the front kit to the Defender. We've done Vibrasorb in the underbonnet. You saw that earlier on. Then we've got the different areas of the cab fitted. So you've got sides and the front of the seat box, and that's done in the adhesive sound barrier. So you've got your dampening sheets, then you've got the open cell fireproof foam, all made in the UK. And then on the inside of the seat box, I've just added a couple of little deadening pads for the NK mat there. Just takes out some of that vibration. You've got sound barrier in your footwell, which is removable, so that's not stuck down. If you ever got a lot of water ingress in the cab, you could always take this out, hang it on a washing line, and it'll dry out, and then you can just slot it back in. You've got the sides there on the bell housing and on the bulkhead, and then you've also, and that's the adhesive sound barrier, and then you've got recess material, which is exactly the same, but just with one deadening sheet, and that gives it a bit more flexibility. and that's going to go over your transmission tunnel there. Top of the seat boxes, we've got some pads to go in, and then we'll put the rubber matting back in. The factory stuff goes over the top of the soundproofing with no issues. Rubber mats go back in the footwells, and then we'll move on to the back. We're fitting the deadening pads to the rear especially. As you can see, it's like playing the drums in here. So the deadening material, stick that down. You only need pads dotted around, but what that'll do is that will take the vibration out of the panels. So in a Defender, you've got a lot of bare metal. So I would recommend, these don't come as part of the standard kit, but for an extra 20 odd quid, it's worth buying them and putting them in first before putting the kit over top. That'll take out even more of your vibrations. And as you can see now, when I drum on the sides, you can hear the vibrations. When you put these in, we'll do it again and you'll see the difference. Polymer construction, so not like your bitumen and butyl stuff. Massively adhesively backed, you know, that's not ever gonna come off. It's got a melting point of about 240 degrees Celsius as well. So even in the height of summer when they're stuck on the roof, they are not going to melt. If you look at other materials on the market, the melting point tends to be about 45 degrees, which in summer, it's just not going to last. So this is why we use this stuff. So up for the roof, we use the open cell foam, 15mm flat foam, just gives a bit of a nicer finish to it. We use the bare open cell foam without any sort of coating on it because it's not going to be tampered with up at the top, and that is the best possible absorption of sound. So if you go into a music studio, you will see something like this or an egg box version on the walls. You imagine the sounds are bouncing around inside the vehicle. When they hit this surface, it's being absorbed by that open cell foam, and that reduces the sound in the vehicle. Well, you can tell by that, can't you? I've done that many builds, but I still get excited about it. These are for on top of the seats, front seats. They just, it's the sound barrier material, so it's just open cell foam again with the damping sheets, and they just rest on top of the seat boxes. Easy to remove if you need to get into the battery box or anything like that. But yeah, another layer of soundproofing for the cab. Okay, so we have done the underbonnet, so we've put Vibrasorb material under there, so that is going to reduce the engine noise. First step done. Then we moved into the front cab and we have soundproofed pretty much everything you can see up to window level. So you've got different materials, sound barrier in the footwells, we've done the bulkhead, bell housing and the transmission tunnel as well, and then we've done under all three of these seats as well. So in the back, we've soundproofed the wheel arches, that's the top and the side. We've done the rear light covers there. We've done the little recessed bit. We've also, not included in the main kit, but we've added in the side panels. And we've also done 15mm flat foam on the roof as well. And the most exciting bit of all is, before this rattled like anything, if you tap it now, it's just dead. Just makes a massive difference. That's why you need to get your Land Rover soundproofed. You need to get it soundproofed by a company that uses UK-made products, open cell foam, and basically does a good job. So we offer kits for all different types of Land Rovers. We've got stuff for every model of Defender you can think of, even Range Rovers, Freelanders, the whole works. We have underbonnet kits, front kits, full kits, and they're all available on our website. So have a look on there. If you've got any questions, send me an email. I'll be happy to help. And also follow us on the Instagram page at Noisekillers Limited.